Good morning, bright and early, just before 7 a.m. here in Las Vegas. Teddy covers with WagerTalk's Wake Up and Win. Let's take a look at where the markets are moving, why they're moving, and of course today, a special day because we have NFL Week 1 openers to talk about. But we're going to start in baseball and basketball just like we do every day here on Wake Up and Win with Teddy covers. And listen, just real quick, if you like the show, appreciate the thumbs up very much. Just click real quick right now. Thank you. And that's all I'm going to ask for. If you want to comment, great. If you want to subscribe, great. But the like button makes all the difference. I genuinely appreciate you clicking that button if you can right now. Let's take a look at the MLB betting board for today. And I'm going to start again. The light card in basketball today. We're going to talk NFL in just a minute. But let's go with the baseball because the baseball, there's only one early start game today. Nonetheless, a light MLB card. And we look at the MLB card right now, not a lot's going on. I'll be perfectly honest. A little bit of Mets money coming in against Philadelphia. That was minus 140, 145. Now I'm seeing minus 135. So the market's looking at Walker's not been a guy that the Phillies have the markets have been particularly high on. And the Phillies in general have been underpriced during this impressive run. Even in this series, they've been a little bit underpriced. Still, money coming for the New York Metropolitans in that ball game. Pittsburgh and the Cubs, not much doing there. Cincy and the Dodgers, we're seeing under money showing for that game. And again, Cincinnati hasn't hit. It feels like in weeks. The Dodgers shut down last night, couldn't get a clutch hit. I think they went 0 for 11 with, they had 0 for 11 with runners in scoring position or 11 guys left on base and 0 for 9 in scoring position. Whatever. Dodgers couldn't get a clutch hit last night. Under money showing for Cincy, LA today. Over money showing, and this doesn't happen very often. Again, when we see the early start games and the over money is flowing, it's one of those things we pay attention to. That's what's going on with the Yankees and the Twins right now. The eights have been bet to 8 over minus 20. So we're not talking about a crazy move, but there is some over money in that game. And again, looking at the WagerTalk live odds screen, we're seeing a little bit of over money for Oakland, Houston as well tonight. That's the early moves in MLB for today. Obviously, we don't know what the markets are going to do once I'm done, but right now that's what we see in terms of the overnight moves and the early morning market moves when it comes to today's limited baseball card. And yeah, that's Cincy Dodgers. I'm looking at it and it's just getting pounded right now, that under. So money pouring in there. In the NBA, we talked about it yesterday with Minnesota 2.5 against Denver. That line really hasn't moved a whole lot. Minnesota still 2.5 against Denver. Total there sitting 204.5. There are some 205s out there. It was mostly 204.5 at the open, but really this line hasn't moved a whole lot. Knicks Pacers for tomorrow was 5 yesterday for Indiana. Now we're seeing 5.5 for the Pacers. Total 216, 215.5. A little bit of money from the initial, a little bit of under money from that initial opener. And then on Saturday, Dallas -4, total 210/210.5 against OKC. That's where that number, we're going to call it the opener, and that's where we're going to track from that moment with OKC and Dallas. Just a quick reminder, there will be no show tomorrow. I'm taking tomorrow off, next Friday as well. And that's going to happen a handful of times over the summer months. Like I'm not going to do shows over the All-Star break week and that kind of thing. But there will be a handful of days I will be taking off. This is, in theory, the lighter season. So anyhow, I will not be around for tomorrow's show. I do want to give out some shout-outs today. Lots of great comments in recent days. We have Remus, Al Cervic, Tahoe Better, Still Keep On Losing, Patrick Paul Plazo, Raymond Barlow, Juan Chavez, Lifta Libra, Anthony Thornhill, Steve White, Wes. Wes is, appreciate all the, you always give a good comment, Wes. Thank you. Andrew Wojciechowski, Nathan T, Mickey Trin, Tim Green, all you guys commenting in the last couple days. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. Appreciate it very, very much. Cheers. Give us a comment today, and that like button, again, makes all the difference. All right. We've done all the NBA. We've done all the MLB. I'm not going to waste anyone's time on lighter days, but today is not a lighter day because we have NFL opening numbers to talk about. Let's talk about them right now. Week 1. And again, I'm not going to go over, there's a zillion NFL numbers. We'll get through them over the course of the summer. But Week 1 numbers, point spreads are available now for every game. The schedule release was yesterday. Let's go through the opening numbers. Opening night, Thursday, September 5th, Kansas City and Baltimore. And again, I write these down and track them throughout the course of the summer. The numbers you're going to get now, these are my opening numbers. So what it's worth, when we compare these numbers to what we're going to see in August and September, we see perhaps there were some bets worthy of paying attention to. Right now, KC minus 2.5. There are some threes out there against Baltimore. Total 46.5/47. That's a Thursday night. There's a Friday night opener as well. Philadelphia and Green Bay. WagerTalk live odds screen. I'm seeing the Eagles minus 1.5, 48.5 in that ball game. And again, we have multiple books. I'm talking about market numbers right now, where the markets have settled initially on these NFL Week 1 point spreads. We're not worried about any one individual book. We're looking at the broader picture. I'm tracking 5 different openers here, and then the broader markets from there. So, Thursday's game, Friday game. Let's get to Saturday. Miami, Jacksonville. We're going to call the Dolphins 4-49 at home against the Jags. There are 3.5s out there. There's just as many 3.5s as 4s. We'll call that a split line, 3.5, 4, and 49. Falcons painted 3-43 against the Steelers. This is Sunday, September 8th. Again, look at the WagerTalk live odds screen. The Giants 1-41.5 against the Vikings. Giants opening as home chalk on opening day. It's the Saints. Call this a split line, 4.5, 5. There's even a 5.5 out there. Total 40.5 against the Panthers on opening day. Again, the first Sunday of the season. The Cincinnati Bengals 8.5/9, 42.5 against the New England Patriots. The Chicago Bears minus 4.5, 43/43.5 against the Tennessee Titans. The Buffalo Bills, this one's painted 7-48. There are 47.5s, there are 48.5s out there right now for Arizona and Buffalo. There is some, the markets aren't set on that total just yet. The side painted Buffalo minus 7. The Houston Texans, anywhere from 1.5 to 2.5 road favorites at Indy in Week 1. The LA Chargers minus 3.5/-4 against the Raiders, 43.5. Total, by the way, for Indy Houston, 48. There are 48.5s and 47.5s out there. So Chargers for 3.5, 4/43.5 against the Raiders. The Bucks 441.5 against the Commanders. There is a 3.5 out there, but it's mostly 4s. The Seahawks anywhere from 4.5 to 6 against the Broncos on opening day. 41.5 to 42.5 the total. And again, we'll see where this line lands. But when we talk about 4.5 to 6, 5 in theory is a dead number. 5.5 is a dead number. So 4.5 to 6, it's not a huge difference like it would be, say, between 2.5 and 4. That's a huge difference between books and what they post. 4.5 to 6, less than it might think. So anyhow, that's where that line is bouncing right now. Cowboys and the Browns, Week 1, Dallas. I'm seeing mostly minus 1s there, total of 44. Sunday Night Football, Lions and the Rams playoff rematch. Detroit at home, minus 3/-3.5. Total 51. And Monday Night Football, the Jets and the 49ers, Aaron Rodgers and company get, 6 national TV games starting on opening night. Niners 5.5/6. We'll call 6 the prevailing number right now. Total sitting in the 45 range. So literally, I wrote, these are numbers to write down and to pay attention to. Look at them a couple months from now. See what the markets have done. You can see where the broader support is for these NFL teams and or the broader dismissing of squads. And again, these are off-season numbers. The markets, these are true openers. The markets haven't spoken as to what's really going on and what the real opinion of these teams are, but it's certainly worth noting. It's certainly worth tracking. And anytime we get to talk NFL on this show in the summertime, we're going to take advantage of that because NFL is king when it comes to sports bettors. All right, that's going to wrap it for today's show. Enjoy the weekend. I'll be back again on Monday. Again, no show tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the games. and best of luck with all your bets.